Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live opening round coverage of the CareerBuilder Challenge. And let's go down to the first. Getting ready to start the round, Frank, what is the importance of getting off to a good start?
It's imperative, Rich, really. Try and find your rhythm, conditions of the golf course. Really get into the round as quick as you can.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. And with that par, moving into the top 15 on the leaderboard. Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. That's a tough lie to come out of. Not surprising it's come up short.
Well short right there, but still in the game for a par. These are the kind of putts that keep a round going, about 10 feet away for par. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Even par early on. Frank, players had hybrids, some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on the third?
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that.
Even par currently.
Drops it, and he's at even par. First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card. This one has a chance to be close. And it makes the green in regulation. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. He needs this for par. Nothing wrong with that par putt. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard 5th hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the Bombers, too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So for the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, That's nearly doable, but if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put two little bunkers there.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is gone.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But, well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
No fairway here, this one in that rough. He'll need to be strong with this. Getting set now over the putt. He's made it. Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because the water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. If you can get it close to that crosswalk that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Good looking shot right here. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths.
Chance for back-to-back.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 9th, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
He has this attempt for par. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep.
Well, he's taking the right side out of play, Rich. It looks a little left.
Coming out of the rough, not able to control it the way he wants. Settles in over the putt. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Holding steady now at 2 under par. Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. Little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side, so you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, looked like you caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
Yeah, just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Has it. He's 2 under par. Frank, Pete Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. You know, that's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest field. Then you've got the longest second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off? Should be safely on deck.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. These putts keep the round together.
A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
Par attempt here. That's good work. That's a good par right there. Now teeing off here at the par 3, 13th. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
That was not a very good read right there. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Pretty good shot right there. That's 2 under par, playing well. Now to the par 5 16th. Frank, this is a pretty solid hole.
Like all the other par 5s here, length gets a big advantage here. This hole, as you mentioned, bends to the left, and that bunker can be taken out of play by the longest hitters. 326 yards will get you past that. Otherwise, there's sort of a V shoot down the right side that everybody else has to respect.
Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass.
Rich, with a lie like that in the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Nice birdie to move to 3 under par for the tournament. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
17-foot putt here. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. That's a round of 70 on the day. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the CareerBuilder Challenge. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Frank, this is an approach shot here at the first hole that will get a player's attention.
It will. Very strategically placed bunker that protects that front right of the green, plus the angle of that green. If you're going to take it across that bunker, you better judge that inch perfect.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Getting set now over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just 5 feet left. Has his par. Teed up here at the second hole, Frank, this is a short par 4 measuring about 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left, you see, is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay out to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
And with the birdie, moves into the top 10 on the leaderboard.
And moves into some very good company.
Moving to the third hole to par 4 again. This one 471 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
And setting up here in the rough. Solid play, heart of the green. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Has it. Now at the fourth, par 3, and Frank, what's the key here?
Somehow find some green grass. The name Sandpit pretty much tells you what is around the green.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Hit it. He has this for par. Good putt. Well, here we are at the fifth hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. It's going to get you one way or the other. Hazard?
Maybe wet. And he went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet. Fourth shot, wants to get this close. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Frank, that was a pretty good shot right there.
Yeah, he's done well to minimize the damage.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
And takes the wind right out of your sails. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3/6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. Have I made it sound hard?
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Good roll, solid. That's a par. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Will you break down shots or break down a hole? How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3. Had every chance of going in.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Stroke that with authority. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never, ever seen anyone try and drive this green. So it's just a layup. See the bunker down there in the distance. That really is the stop sign. So something that's short of that, but really what I prefer is try and lay up on a nice number. Something that you got a full shot in, whether that be a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a wedge. You'd like to have a full club in here.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank is knocking them down and picking them up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Finishing out the front 9 with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the 9th.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Knocks it up on the green. It is about 28 feet away from the hole. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Boy, this is a long par 5, the 11th at PGA West, 617 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Down the hill here, going to play shorter. should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That is a beauty, a real beauty. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Well, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards.
That's an absolute beauty.
So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Frank, what do you make of this par 3 13th at 214 yards?
It's another example of Pete Dye using those sort of very harsh wooden bulkheads that give you that such a definitive line around the edge of the green. Plus, it's his ability to turn a straight hole into a very angular or crooked-looking hole.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
Good read, good line, well played.
Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's two definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie now in second.
Par 4 15th measuring in at 468 yards. Great strike and a great result. Setting up, good chance to attack the flag. Superb position right in the fairway and 200 yards to the flagstick. Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking might get it close. And just a great shot.
Here we go now, the final par 5 of the day, Frank.
Yeah, decision on how much you bite off here. If you play the ball to the right, then it's going to play its full 600 yards. But if you can take it in a direct line at that green, you're going to chew off a little bit of yardage. But you have to be able to carry that bunker.
And through the years, a lot of excitement here at this par 5 16th. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Solid strike right in the heart of the green.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Par 3 17th. It is the signature hole here at PGA West. They call it Alcatraz with good reason. You can get locked up here and they'll throw away the key. It's a place that has spoiled a lot of rounds through the years.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Pretty good shot right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the three bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the CareerBuilder Challenge. Now we go down to the action at the first. Frank, time for the third round and time for a good start.
That's right. 2 rounds in the bank. And what will today have to offer?
Getting set to play the second shot here at the first hole.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. It's a bit green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops, thinking they need to make a 3 here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt.
Oh, another one goes in.
Frank, Pete Dye certainly gives you a variety of holes, and we see that. Granted, 3 par 4s to start, but each one with a different look.
They certainly are, Rich, and it's amazing what one good bunker will do. And the bunker I'm referring to is the one down the left side. It's about 285 yards to carry. It's the sort of bunker that keeps you honest. This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Now to the fourth, 192 yards and a pretty tough hole location here today. Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. I've seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure.
So a tester from 4 feet. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, this looks like a fun hole. The first par 5 of the day, 535-yard fifth.
Yeah, as long as you've got something that doesn't go left off the tee shot and doesn't go right off the second shot, you'll be fine.
He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, the skins game was played at PGA West, the stadium course, many years ago. 1987, Lee Trevino did something that really stood out. With a lot of fun.
Yeah, to make a hole-in-one anywhere is obviously something to be remembered. But when you do it on TV, national TV, and on a hole like 17, Alcatraz, all the way across the water, everybody complained about how hard the golf course was, and Trevino gives it that little bang, little cut, bang, in it goes, one. Trevino could play any golf course, no matter how hard it was.
It was a one that was worth 175,000, $175,000. That won him the carryover skin in the skins game. Good swing, good shot yet again. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And he missed out on that second part. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never, ever seen anyone try and drive this green. So it's just a layup. See the bunker down there in the distance. That really is the stop sign. So something that's short of that, but really what I prefer is try and lay up on a nice number. Something that you've got a full shot in, whether that be a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a wedge. You'd like to have a full club in here.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side. And then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Frank, the 9th hole at 452 yards with that water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards. Then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Rich Lerner pleased to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Back to PGA West, getting set for the back 9 and the 10th hole. It's a good-looking hole, Frank, at 416 yards.
It certainly gets your attention, just the visual there. This is one of those holes, if you've got a caddy, you say, oh, what's that carry over the bunker on that left side where the water is? He'll tell you it's like 240 yards. And then you say, well, what's it to the bunkers on the right? Well, to get past those ones on that right side, you're in the vicinity of 300 yards. This is a hole that you'll scratch your head.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Birdie try up next. Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Par attempt here. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Frank, Pete Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. That's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest fairway. Then you've got the longest second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is no easy shot here at the par 3 13th.
Yeah, 13th hole. I mean, it's so appropriate, the number of the hole for this this design by Pete Dye. Wooden bulkheads, I mean, they give you sort of that harsh look. And this is just an absolute scorecard wrecker. You get a little cavalier here, you just rack up a number. There's nothing wrong with just hitting it to the right side of the screen, just taking a 3.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I'd say a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Now another short par 4. It's only 389 yards. But, Frank, where could a player go off course, so to speak, at this 14th?
Well, this is a hole where you have to play your own game. If you're a longer hitter, I think you can challenge that bunker and knock it over there. And if you're shorter player, you should be only looking at that left side. You're always going to feel like you've left something out there on a hole like this. You always think you could have done the other option. But this is where you've got to stick to what you think is your game plan.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good putt. Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those two bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson.
And he's made it onto the green now.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go.
Should be safely on deck.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Well, that's how you keep a round going. Make putts just like that. Well, let's see, Frank. The par 3 17th, just 168 yards. You can't miss it right. Can't miss it left. Can't miss it short. You can't miss it long. Good luck. About 30 feet away. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
He'll take par and move on. Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Today it's live final round coverage of the CareerBuilder Challenge. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first.
That's an absolute beauty. Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. How about this? Birdies at 1 and 2. We could be in for something pretty special today. Frank, 100 yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here. And if you can take that first bunker out of play, which is around that 285, 290 yard mark, you can start to shorten this hole up a little bit. And, well, the longest hitters, they still might even get a short iron in hand. Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Settles in over the putt. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. First par 3 of the day. It is the fourth here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Safely aboard. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
So a tester from 4 feet. Continues to roll it very well all day long. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard fifth hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the bombers, too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So for the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
Going to have to regroup now after that double bogey. Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because the water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, the 9th hole, a par 4 measuring 452 yards. This is no picnic.
This is the toughest tee shot on the front side. The easy way to bail out down the left side, it might appear that way off the tee, but then it becomes a zigzag hole where it's very easy to clock up something like a 6. The bunker down that right side, just 300 yards to get past that, but it's almost like he gives you an option there. If you do want to challenge that right side, the bunker just might save you from going in the water. But there's no question, the best drive is down the right, but it's the most dangerous one.
And he's made it onto the green.
So just a formality here.
Did the job right there. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
Going to have grass stains on the shoes come the end.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Well, Frank, obviously our gamer is one of the best from the bunkers, but for the average player out there, what's the mistake they too often make when trying to play a bunker shot?
Well, it's the only shot in golf where you're not trying to hit the ball. You're trying to hit the sand first, but it means the club has to go through the sand on both sides. Take a nice little divot, with the ball in the middle, follow through. Ball's going to come out every time.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Third shot, looking for a good one. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut. Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards. So, Frank, a perfect lie right here. And now this gives him a chance to take the next step, which is get after this hole location.
Yeah, so many more options now, and basically it's just going to come down to club selection now. This is absolutely perfect. This is one where he can get a reward from.
In the green side bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good putt. And now we're at the par 3, 13th hole, 214 yards.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frank, a par here, that's just fine. Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards. Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Ryan Hammond's always liked to say, keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward from here.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. So they'll tap in. In for par. This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be.
Second shot.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Par 3 17th. It is the signature hole here at PGA West. They call it Alcatraz with good reason. You can get locked up here and they'll throw away the key. It's a place that has spoiled a lot of rounds through the years. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side. This would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie.
Comfortably knocks it in.
And that wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. I think this one will have to go down in the books as an absolute classic. Fantastic play, not only the course today, but all week long.